Welcome back, everybody. Today we've got a
Hey.
special topic that we want to discuss, and it is
Asian parents. So it's sort of like how Asian parents have different expectations to the couple's dream wedding.
and this could be, universally applied, right? We all know our parents are generally the same, but we'll say it from our perspective as, let's do it. I'm John,
And I'm Caroline.
and this is Events by Design.
First one is guest list madness.
It's a madness, all right?
So I remember back then when we were getting married, I asked John, "Hey John, how many people do you think will be attending our wedding?" He's like, "Yeah, pretty small wedding."
Pretty standard.
He's like, "Probably about 1,000 people."
1,000?
And I was like, "What? 1,000 people? How do you even know 1,000 people?"
I am Timorese, and, we know each other. We all know each other.
Basically, you invite the whole community.
Basically, I mean, that's how it was. And
How it used to be done.
Yeah.
But luckily, your parents were pretty chilled about it and
Yeah.
they were happy for us to invite just the close ones.
Yeah.
So we did get it down to almost like just under 300. So that was a good number for us, even though that's still quite a lot for some people.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's also because, most of your family were overseas.
Yeah. But my family was smaller.
Smaller, like
Otherwise,
dramatically
it
smaller,
probably would have been even bigger. But yeah. But I think that I guess with Asian parents, they're like, "Oh, if I invite this auntie, then I got to invite the other one. Oh, I got to invite the other one." Otherwise, they'll say, they'll be unhappy.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like that thing. But normally, how would you deal with it? Advice to couples. Normally, you would have sort of like your list and obviously your parents' list. Maybe obviously immediate family members could be, have different tiers of guest list type things. So sort of like
Got you. Yeah.
the most important ones are obviously first, and obviously if the numbers still accommodate, then we could add in more people. And I guess being upfront with your parents about that helps as well, and obviously choosing a venue with a size of amount of people that you're happy with.
It's probably a good discussion to have before you choose your venue. I mean, sometimes your parents do want to actually have a lot of people, and they might be happy to, help you in terms of funding the venue for it too. So
Yeah. I do see it from the parents' perspective, where back in the days, like my aunties used to talk about this, where it's sort of like when you go to a wedding, you give red pocket to each sort of like couple, and then when your kids get married, it's sort of like getting that investment back as return.
kind of true, yeah.
So that's why they feel like if they don't invite it, they're at a loss or something like
banking
that.
system.
Yeah. Pretty funny, but it's true, I guess. And then number two, the thing that parents like to come up with are auspicious dates for the wedding date.
Yeah.
So,
Tell us about that.
So sort of like parents are always like, "Oh, let me check the zodiac, let me check the feng shui master, like what dates are really good and, really makes a happy couple, a happy marriage." And so you're very limited to sort of like dates that are like might be like in different season or different, like not on a Saturday or whatnot.
Yeah, and sometimes a couple has a dilemma where they have limited venues that they're already shortlisted, and then the availability again needs to be confirmed.
That's right.
That kind of makes
that's
it even
right.
harder. And now they have to go on a specific date, which only occurs, let's say, a couple of times a month.
That's right. So I think the main way around it is sort of like ask your parents to shortlist all the different dates that are maybe like top 5 or top
Auspicious
10
dates, yeah.
auspicious dates that they're happy with. And then sort of like then you choose your priority of out of those dates, sort of like what season you like the most or not. And then when you go to the venues to check the dates, you check in priority of still sort of like what do you and your parents prefer together. And if none of those dates work, then you work down the list and choose
Right.
one that actually
So what
works.
you're saying is to pre-plan ahead, have more dates available.
Yes.
So therefore you don't have to go back and forth
Yeah, that's right.
and do the run around. Hey, just quickly.
If you're looking for a wedding stylist so that you can have a stress-free, seamless and premium wedding design all completely done for you,
Visit the link in the show notes to book your creative consultation.
let's bring your wedding vision to life.
Now back to the episode.
Next one is tea ceremony chaos.
Tea ceremony is a hard topic, Carol. Like, it's a very serious thing in Asian culture.
I know you were stressed out about it when
I was a
it
bit
was
stressed
our
out,
wedding
yeah.
back then.
But I mean, like, at the time when we did our wedding, there wasn't such thing as a tea ceremony service
Yeah,
or
ready
sets. There was
available,
things that
yeah.
you needed to being coming from your Vietnamese background. I'm Chinese, East Timorese.
They
There was a
weren't
culture
like-
blend, and there were things that you needed, particular things that our parents wanted as well. And
Yeah, like dragon phoenix candles or
Yep.
incense sticks that had like different patterns on it, or gift trays and ornaments and all the different gifts that goes inside those gift trays and everything like that. Yeah.
It was a really tough one.
Yeah. Well, for me and my mum back then, it was sort of like, I know my mum wanted it to design it and everything. And it's sort of like, oh, mum, could we do this in a way that looks modern and not so like colorful?
And because you're sourcing these items from overseas,
Yeah.
all from different places, coming together is not really going to match.
Yeah,
You know.
and Asian styles as well.
Yeah.
Like if you're going tradition, like they might have like colorful rainbow names or whatever on the wall and stuff like that. And that was something like being so aesthetically tuned. I didn't want any of the colorful stuff, and sort of like that's how we started Oriental Lux in the first place, which
Yeah.
is our tea ceremony business, our sister company. But basically, even if you don't go with that, there's lots of other surfaces around where you could see what do you call it, sets are already available that is modern and that you do like, and then you could just present that to your parents so that they feel like they have a choice. Like they
sure.
want to be able to be like the decision maker on that part majority of the time.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like if you give them that choice, you know that no matter which one they choose, it'll still look good.
Yeah.
But then they have the control too.
We've set up heaps of tea ceremonies for families all across Melbourne and even interstate now. And they always get the same feedback in the end.
Yeah.
That when we go to pack it up and stuff, parents are always super happy.
Yeah,
You can see the
that's right.
smile on their face. Half the
Yeah.
time they're still talking on the phone while we're packing up and telling their auntie and uncles how good the night was and everything like
that's
that.
right.
So unless your parents have seen it, they probably wouldn't know, and they'll actually go
And try and source everything themselves, and
But-
not to mention the stress of trying to set everything up. So the good thing about like having a professional come to do the tea ceremony is that like a couple days beforehand and set everything up so your parents don't have to run around or anything like that. And then they have the gift trays ready so your parents could fill them ahead of time, and have it all ready for the day as well.
But amazingly, it all looks amazing and super photogenic in the shots, right? Here are some examples that you can see. It looks fantastic.
Awesome. Next up is the food. So obviously, if you've got the same taste of food with your parents, then that's no problem at all. But obviously, the traditional style is that the parents really love their 12-course banquets, that has all seafood basically. And nowadays, some venues don't allow external caterers, and they could only use their own catering, which only has like 3 course or something like that, and it's alternating and not everyone gets their preferences
Right.
or whatnot. So how do you normally work around that?
The best thing is a lot of venues now are more adaptable. They kind of know the cultural differences and they also want to help, So their chefs are very creative these days. I know multiple companies who have initiated, and created custom menus or fusion.
Yeah. Like
you
a lot
know?
of the venues and hotels have invited us specifically to go to their tastings because they created a new Asian menu, and obviously being sort of like in the main ones to go to in the Oriental industry, they've asked for our expert opinion on what food is good and how does it compare to other Asian caterings and everything like that.
So it's definitely picking up, and the trend is kind of
Yeah.
going really well.
That's right. And you could also do a lot of fusions these days. So like an Asian fusion rather than just a pure Asian food. And obviously if you're only allowed like the 3 course, you could always just add on extras like smaller bites here and there. So like it could be like, your 3 main course, but I'll have like, 3 or other side dishes or something. So in the end you have like 5 or 6, which
That's
is
correct,
a little bit
yeah.
more adequate
Yeah.
according to the Asian parents. Yeah. So that's one good way to work around it. And lastly, stage performances.
Asians love karaoke.
I love karaoke.
I love karaoke.
But sometimes I know for some weddings, even our one, we got requests where if someone wanted to come up and perform karaoke as one of the main things
I
of
think
our wedding.
most of us. Well, how many performances we had?
Yeah.
I sang, my dad sang. We loved it.
We loved it. But I guess if you you're after a more elegant type feel throughout the wedding, it's sort of like it might be like, oh, I don't want to come off like a bit, too informal or whatnot. So there is a time and place for it. So it's sort of something that you could add towards the very end, like after the bouquet toss, during all the dancing
Gotcha.
and everything
Yeah.
like that, and everyone's already sort of like had their drinks
When
and
the
had
bar's
a lot of
open.
fun, and then they could jump on stage and sing their heart out and no one would really mind, and they would just like cheer and have a lot of fun.
And you know what? That's what makes an awesome party. I mean, when everyone's having fun, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
timing is kind of appropriate too.
That's right. Yeah. So you probably wouldn't do like karaoke in the middle of a speech or something like that. But yeah, those are some of the few tips that we've got for like different cultures and everything like that, especially with Asian parents. They're funny moments, but they're very true. And that's some tips on how to deal with them. Yep.
Have a good one,
That's
guys.
right.
We'll
Have a
see
good
you in the
one.
next one. Thanks for joining us on Events by Design. We hope today's episode inspired you and gave you a fresh perspective on the power of thoughtful styling.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss an episode.
Ready to start designing your own unforgettable moment? Head to JCAU Events _official or visit JCAU Events to connect with our team.
Until next time, design with purpose, create with heart.